side is the one that drew at Derby last week. As caretaker manager Ray Harford builds his hopes once more on a strong backbone of Dutchman Hans Segers in goal, John Scales and Keith Curle in central defence, and then getting the ball forward quickly to 3 strikers. John Fashionu's the best known of them, of course, and he still means so much to Wimbledon. Alongside him now, Steve Cotterill at 6'1" from Burton Albion, and the biggest of them all, also from Burton Albion at 6'4", John Gale. 3 strikers then, who might well make the earth quake this afternoon, and they hope Liverpool quiver. Well, Liverpool, for their part, have chosen a team for the occasion to do battle in a sense. It's heavily laced with midfielders and defenders. Jan Molby and Dave Burrows come in, and it means that the subs bench today is occupied by the talents of Peter Beardsley and Ray Howard. Our referee today, Ron Groves from Avon. And it's Wimbledon all in blue, getting the game underway with the ball straight back to their Dutch goalkeeper, Hans Segers. Way outside, an unorthodox start in a way, but getting it straight through to Bruce Grobbelaar at the other. That's the sort of thing we can expect, getting that ball forward, and John Fashanu was quickly onto it. Grobbelaar was even quicker. Scales winning in the air above Rush. This is John Gale getting it forward to Fashanu. And Liverpool know that they'll have to battle for the right to play their football here this afternoon. As Molby hits the ball high and forward there towards Barnes. Scales again, helped there by Warren Barton. In the end they get it back once again to Bruce Grobbelaar. That's it, Krasinski. And Dave Burrows to Barnes. Scales going with him. Barton too. Getting it to Krasinski. Scales getting it away, only as far as Whelan. Here's McMahon. Scales in there again. Laurie Sanchez. Chase that, he says, to Fashanu, but Fashanu, as I suspect we shall find most times this afternoon, will either have Burrows or Gillespie close at hand. Krasinski hitting it wide towards Gale on the far side. Phelan's in there! So close there for Wimbledon, and Terry Phelan nicking in. He's now playing midfield. For so long he was a fullback here, but it was a good header there by John Gale, and Phelan so close to giving Wimbledon a lead. Well, they had a corner. It was pushed away by Grobbelaar. Laurie Sanchez with it. Getting it above Fashanu. Barnes caught well offside by a Wimbledon back four that sprang forward as Grobbelaar released that ball. Well, the big men are thundering forward again for Wimbledon. And there's the biggest of the lot. John Gale has already shown good heading ability here. It's Keith Curle with the free kick. Liverpool sprang forward in defence, but it was a false alarm. There's the free kick going in again towards Gale. And Fashanu hitting it on the turn. It cannoned into a defender. Looked to be on target, and I doubt that Grobbelaar would have got to it. Here's Barnes. Trying to get it through for Rush. Barton and Rush, was the ball out of play, it's just gone over. It'll be a goal kick. No doubt about it that John Gale is already causing a few problems in the air, and Fashanu's right up there as well, and it was Gale, I fancy, there's Gale, who just nodded that one on for Fashanu, who caught it well on the turn. There's Gale's jump, Fashanu on the turn, and it cannoned off Gillespie. Sanchez, Nickel, McMahon, Goes Barnes. Scales is unaware that Rush was there. Suddenly Whelan's through. A great chance for Liverpool. And a tremendous piece of goalkeeping by Segers. They were badly caught out there, Wimbledon. And it was a fine ball through for Rush. That's where they lost it. And suddenly Whelan was through, but it was a lovely piece of goalkeeping there by Segers. Here's the corner, Barnes with it. Segers again, fisting it away. On, but there's nobody in a red shirt there. Well, Segers did extremely well there. 28-year-old, formerly with PSV Eindhoven and Nottingham Forest, of course. Just signed a new 3-year contract at Wimbledon. Burrows gets it away, up to Barnes. Here's Rush. Oh, and now Barnes. Got McMahon up alongside him. Barnes might not need him. A long individual run, and McMahon shot charged down by Barton. And that's twice in a couple of minutes. Liverpool have launched really venomous attacks from the midfield, and Wimbledon have been badly caught out at the back. Cotterill, the linesman flagging on the far side, I presume for an offside against Wimbledon and a free kick to Liverpool. A typical silky run there from John Barnes, and then when it ricocheted off the defender, it looked to have fallen superbly for Steve McMahon. Just loses it for a moment here, then it comes off the defender for McMahon and charged down. Barnes, Havlet, flag is up for McMahon, offside. Just a complaint there from Steve McMahon, but I think deep down he probably knew that he was offside, and there wasn't much doubt about it. There wasn't any doubt about it, in fact. So Segers gets even further forward with a free kick. Looking once more for Gale. And Cotterill straight into the arms of Grobbelaar. Well, they so often hoist that ball in, look for a bit of panic and look for the big men as well. And very nearly got both. Hussein, Gillespie. Offside against Ablett. The referee, in fact, has given a free kick to Liverpool. McMahon will take it. Today, Barnes. Little chip by Barnes. Brilliant goal by John Barnes. What a fabulous chip by a supreme artist, John Barnes, and backpedal though he might, Hans Segers just couldn't get to it. He held off beautifully here. Wimbledon possibly were expecting the little chip cross. It was a little chip shot, and stretch as he might, Segers couldn't quite get to it. And Barnes puts Liverpool ahead. Grobbelaar getting there fractionally before Cotterill. Wimbledon 0, Liverpool 1. Another play. Well, it's John Barnes' third goal of the season. Last week it was a shot struck with extraordinary venom that beat Aston Villa. And there we had the delicate approach that's got the better so far of Wimbledon this week. Bypassing that midfield again, trying to get it up to Fashion, who succeeds in doing so this time. But there's McMahon for Liverpool. Gets it back carefully to Grobbelaar. There from Rush, and now to the special skills of Barnes. Simple ball to Ablett, played in this time, and Whelan, a fantastic Liverpool goal. What a fantastic goal that was. What a killer run by Ronnie Whelan, the joy on his face, because his timing was absolutely perfect. Applause from Kenny Dalglish. That was a very special goal indeed. Barnes playing it here for Ablett, and by now Whelan will be on his run, and there he is meeting it full length beyond Seggers. 2-0. Well, 2 Liverpool goals and a special ring about the 2 of them. That was Ronnie Whelan's first goal of the season. He's got a liking for Plough Lane. He scored here last year as well in a 2-1 win. Gillespie away up to Barnes. Necessary for Scales to stick close to him, but still Barnes found enough room to find McMahon. Rush. Albee. Red shirts swarming all over this place as they come forward now. And a lovely ball by Rush, picking out McMahon on the far side. Nichols available to him. Flicked in again for Barnes, now for Nicol, played in early for Rush. Oh, some great football again, and at the end of it all, a splendid save once more from Hans Seggers. What a great move this was. Met beautifully by Rush, and well saved by Seggers. After they'd battled for the right to play their football, it truly was Liverpool's half. A lovely piece of delicate play by John Barnes with that chip that put Liverpool into the lead, and then the Ronnie Whelan goal, and for me that Whelan goal was the highlight of an excellent Liverpool first half. We've seen some pretty extravagant Ronnie Whelan goals around the place over the years, but this adventure was as good as anyone. A perfect timed run from the midfield and an absolutely unstoppable header at the end of it all. The second goal for Liverpool, and at half-time, it's Wimbledon 0, Liverpool 2. Well, there's likely to be no busier man this afternoon than Hans Seggers in the Wimbledon goal. He's made a string of fine saves in the first half, but looking again at the shot from Ian Rush, that might well have eluded him. It was a terrific Liverpool move again, and Rush caught it superbly, and it might well have just clipped off the post before Seggers could get a hand to it. Well, it's still 2-0 to Liverpool, though, and they get this second half now underway. And Wimbledon with a substitute on, Alan Cork. And it's Steve Cotterill they've taken off. Goes from Scales to Seggers. Wimbledon's record goal scorer, Alan Cork, and Ray Harford will tell you there's no better substitute anywhere in the First Division than Alan Cork. And Ray Harford, the caretaker manager of Wimbledon, down on the bench now for this second. Gale. supported by Mulvey. Barnes caught offside. About 3 to 4 yards inside the Wimbledon half only. Even that doesn't stop Hans Seggers coming forward to take the free kick. Long again towards Gale. Just got a touch on it. Real economy of movement there. The free kick from the goalkeeper. Up goes big John Gale, just gets a glancing header on it, and Grobbelaar's down to save. Gales, on. Hamlet. Chase is on, but Grobbelaar got there fractionally before John Gale. Now Grobbelaar looks as though he might be injured. Came roaring out of his goal and clashed with Gale. Two of them both going honestly for the ball. And Grobbelaar rushing out, Gale rushing in, and Gale in fact catching both Grobbelaar's legs, one after the other. And happily Bruce Grobbelaar, the relief of Kenny Dalglish and all Liverpool fans, looks as though he's going to be all right. Good news that he's all right to continue. Now, where were we? It's a throw on the far side. Warren Barton with it. McMahon. That's a good ball played for Ablett. Barton stuck well to his job on the far side there. Under the throw. Fashanu with this one. To Gale. That'll be a corner. Sanchez will take it. Moves it towards the near post. A good flick on there by Gale. Now, did that cross the line? The referee shakes his head. There was a real tangle of bodies on that Wimbledon goal line. Loris Sanchez having a word with the linesman on the far side, who was well placed to see what was happening. The linesman and the referee in agreement, though, and say it did not cross the line. The corner about to be taken again. And certainly the evidence there looks as though it didn't cross the line, but Ashner's header safely gathered by Grobbelaar certainly didn't. The first quick look at it there looked to me as though the linesman and referee were dead right. Brzezinski. Sees it again. Let's see if we can have a closer look at it this time. There was a real mass of bodies there. Fashanu went right up there. The whole of the ball has to cross the line, but at it there. My feeling was that it didn't cross the line. Gale again there. Too high for Gale. Hussein behind him gets it away, but only here as far as Barton. The better of Burrows. Cork playing it there for Sanchez. Driven well, but hit Fashanu. Cork has added just a little extra spark to it, and that was a fabulous shot there by Sanchez, but sadly for John Fashanu, it caught him and has left him absolutely flat there on the ground. Caught it so well, it was a delightful little ball played back there by Cork. And as you can see, it caught Fashanu, how shall I say, painfully. And anybody who's had that sort of injury knows it takes your breath away for quite a few minutes. I won't tell you what he's saying. I'll leave you to work that out, but it's got a smile from Bruce Grobbelaar. Roger Joseph. It's a good spell for Wimbledon, this. Played in again there towards Krasinski. Now, can anybody finish that off? Grobbelaar can't find it. Sanchez firing it wide. And Liverpool, just for a moment there, once Grobbelaar had lost it, were in some disarray. Nobody quite knew where the ball was until it came out to Sanchez. Grobbelaar came, didn't really collect under an assault from Krasinski there. Referee rightly allowed the play to go on. McMahon could only play it out as far as Sanchez, and Sanchez way off target. Sanchez. Krasinski. Good work by Grobbelaar. This is an excellent second half by Wimbledon. And they really at half-time could have been forgiven for thinking they were really out of it. Liverpool were playing so well. But they've come with a renewed spirit in this second half. As Krasinski hoists it forward again there to John Gale. That cannoned off the defender. It'll be a Liverpool, a Wimbledon corner. Grobbelaar's been the busier of the two goalkeepers since half-time. Sanchez lifts another corner into the Liverpool penalty area. Fashanu trying so hard to get there. Gale in there! And somehow they got it away again. Grobbelaar's fist got that one. Phelan returning it. Grobbelaar up there again. The bodies are piling in that 6-yard area. And in the end, a foul on the goalkeeper gives Liverpool the free kick. Grobbelaar gets up smiling. That was some scramble. And here it is again. A lot of big men craning their necks. That was Gale very nearly getting it, and it was off the line by McMahon. A punch away by Grobbelaar. There's more work to do yet for Big Bruce, though, and up he goes again, and down he goes as the bodies go in once more, and the whistle is gone.
Go on, Red.
Ian Molby flicking it wide for Steve Nicol. Again, it's for Nicol. Phelan back there. Joseph. Wimbledon played well to get themselves out of that. Now Fashanu chasing again. Hussein covering along with him. Phelan's made a great break for Fashanu. Here's Phelan. Chipped in by him towards Cork, but Nicol got in when he needed to get in. It's a very well contested second half, this. Just that spell, the last, 20 minutes of the first half, when Liverpool threatened to run riot and did so much damage with those two goals. Sanchez playing it in. Well, did it go over the line? Yes. Well, the linesman's given a goal. The referee agrees. Who scored it amongst that tangle of bodies? And Liverpool not even sure anybody should have scored it. But the linesman went wheeling away, the referee followed, and John Fashanu looks to be the man who's claimed it. What it does, it opens up this game as Sanchez takes the corner. Fashanu right in there. but it certainly wasn't Fashanu. As we look again at another angle, if anybody, it was Alan Cork. Feeling in there. Liverpool in a bit of trouble at the moment. The panic setting in, and it was Ablett who turned it away for another corner. Wimbledon 1, Liverpool 2. Sanchez again with a corner. Another problem for Liverpool. Robillard dominant in that occasion though. Oh, the Ray Harford in the centre there. Joe Kinnear, the former Tottenham defender, on the right. One of the coaches here at Wimbledon. Playing it on towards Gale, it comes for Cork. Now what sort of cross? Towards Fashanu! Great save by Robillard. Terrific ball in by Alan Cork and a great leap by John Fashanu. This is a fine ball in here by Cork. And it was a good safe catch by Robillard. Gets it, Kaczynski is off. 20-year-old Dean Blackwell comes on for the last 2.5 minutes. Of what really has been a wonderfully exciting old-fashioned game of football in a way, with a lot of good bluster about it, a lot of effort and a lot of really good goal-mouth incident. But you can't say they haven't had value for money here today. Chip by him, but nobody in a red shirt was in that part of the penalty area, and Segers is looking for one last chance now for Wimbledon. It's with Barton. Came off McMahon. It's Wimbledon's throw. Up goes Fashanu. Here's Gale. Fashanu again. Crossed by him once more. Clark is in there! Just over the top. Hussein with the goal kick for Liverpool. Cork's head up. Over the top. Certainly Curl and company have defended well, as Liverpool have needed to do in the second half. The final whistle. Liverpool's 100% record this season is intact, but rarely this season will they have to defend with as much determination as they've shown against a very spirited Wimbledon performance, particularly in the second half here at Plough Lane today. After John Barnes and Ronnie Whelan with those terrific goals at the period when Liverpool really began to turn it on, looked to be coasting at that point, but back came Wimbledon and they scored with that scramble goal, probably with Alan Cork, and then really put that Liverpool defence to the test. But in the end, it's Liverpool who've won here at Plough Lane by 2 goals to 1.
Well, apparently they say it went past me, but I'll tell you, you'd have to have all the ball over the line, not only part of it.
Well, let's take a look at the actual pictures, John, and you give us your verdict first of all.
Oh, I was right there. You can see me in the picture. Can you?
Are you coming in?
No, it's not, but I'm there.
Please, stand in. How can you see from there?
I'm Bruce.
Well, listen,
all over the line.
Not all the ball.
There it is, all over the line.
Mr. McMahon sitting on his behind with his one leg on the other side of the line, one in behind, so...
I don't think you can even give them the benefit of the doubt there.
But all in all, John, I think you feel this is the best game you've played in all season.
Yeah, it's certainly the most enjoyable game. I think we put them under a lot of pressure. I don't know how they weathered the storm at the end there, but it was a very enjoyable game. Referee let the game flow. It's great.
And Bruce, some of the stuff that was played in front of you, in particular by John Barnes, was quite exceptional.
Well, John plays like that every week in, week out for Liverpool, and hopefully everybody can leave him alone and he can do that for the international team. you know, it's fantastic for me to watch him play week in, week out like that. And we've got a good little unit together, and Johnny comes up on tops every time.
Coming here to Wimbledon, which they accept is virtually a non-league setup, does it surprise you?
It's a bit harsh.
Well, that is a
Your
bit
chairman
harsh.
said that.
It's a bit harsh because they've shown that they've come through from non-league right to the first division, and they disappoint many a team in the first division. They disappointed us 2 years ago, and you can't take anything away from Wimbledon. They give 100%, and it's just these balls that come down from with snow on, I'll tell you.